Alright, what's good YouTube, it's Jay here. So for today's video, I wanted to just talk about XDefiant. I have a full review of XDefiant coming sometime earlier in the coming week, but right now with this particular video, I just kind of wanted to express some feelings I have about the game in its current state right now and just give a couple of little thoughts here and there before I release the actual full video on my overall review of XDefiant. I've been playing XDefiant for over 2 weeks now, I want to say pretty consistently, almost every night. I've actually really been enjoying my time. The game is simple, we have abilities, we have our weapons, and we have some basic maps pretty much. We only have 5 game modes right now, 3 of which, Hardpoint, Domination, and Hotshot, are the only ones that I really play for the most part. And despite all of the simplicity, despite the fact that I definitely do think the game needs more, now I'm fully aware that it is a free game, of course, this is without a doubt the most fun I've had on a first-person shooter in probably years. And I'm not saying that just to be dramatic, I'm not saying that like I'm sponsored by XDefiant or Ubisoft to make this video, because I'm not. Genuinely, I enjoy my time every single time I get on this game. Every time I boot it up, every lobby I play in, I have a good time. It's the same with my friends. We all have a good time. I can actually play with a variety of people now on this game in comparison to other games with heavier skill-based matchmaking systems that make it literally unfun for certain friends that I have that aren't as sweaty as I am or aren't as competitive as some of the lobbies that we get put in and get stomped. I can actually have a fun time with IRL friends or other friends that just want to play a video game with me, and it is a breath of fresh air. To be honest, I didn't think skill-based matchmaking made a huge difference in video games, but after playing XDefiant for a week and then going back to Call of Duty for the new Season 4 update, the first lobby that I get in, I am just being blown out of the water. And it's not like that just for one game, but for like 5 or 6 games straight of me trying to capture footage and content for some of the new updates. I just could not get my footing anywhere. It was just horrible. I hadn't played COD for over a week, and as soon as I hop in, every single lobby, no matter what the game mode was, I had a miserable time. And I wasn't intentionally trying to have a miserable time, because I actually enjoyed Modern Warfare 3 too. Let's just clarify that right now. I'm not one of those people that just hates on Call of Duty for fun. I actually genuinely enjoy MW3. I think it's one of the better Call of Duties we've had in such a long time. Let's just put that out there right now. But the difference in quality that skill-based matchmaking can make for a game is just insane to me. When I hop on XDefiant, I'm able to just get on, do some challenges, play with some really cool guns, and then get off. Even in the games where I get destroyed, where my team gets blown out once in a while, I still have a good time. I don't feel like I'm being punished for being good at the game or being able to shoot straight. I don't feel like my lobbies are back to back. Hey, you did good in one game. Okay, we're gonna put you in a more challenging lobby in the next. It doesn't feel like that whatsoever. I know the game doesn't have any skill-based matchmaking, but I forgot that this is what old school shooters used to feel like. And it is just so nice to not be punished for having a good time in a video game. Some games I do phenomenal in, some games I get carried in, some games everything's just a little bit balanced. It just feels like there's so much more variety because of the lack of SPMM. And can I just say this too? The guns in this game, man, dude, there are only, I think, 19 or 20 guns in this game, but every single one has personality. Not a single one, at least in my opinion, feels terrible. Some people say the M4 isn't that good. Some people say like the MP5 isn't that great. But honestly, not a single gun plays the same like other guns. They all feel really unique in some way. From the ways they fire to the ways they sound, every single gun in this game feels like it has a place in the game. And all the guns, for the most part, are really good. I haven't felt like this since Black Ops 2. Now, Black Ops 3, funny enough, is my favorite Call of Duty of all time. But Black Ops 2, that game was so unique in the fact that every single gun felt like it had a role or personality or something unique about it that made it fun to play with. That's the exact same feeling I get with this game. Every gun is fun to shoot in some regard. Every gun feels different from one another. Every gun feels fun in its respective role. If I want to play arena and get close up in people's faces, I could either use the MP7 for that nice little blend between short to medium range, or I could just throw in the Vector and just face slam people with a really high rate of fire gun. If I want to play some of those mid to long range maps, I also have a selection of weapons for those maps too. But with the way the maps are designed, it still feels like SMGs still have a role in the maps too. It doesn't feel like there's AR specific heavy maps and SMG specific heavy maps. Everything just feels balanced in that regard. Like everything feels like it has a place in the game. Abilities are a bit of a different area. I mean, certain abilities, I think like the spider bot, are just outright unfair and completely ruin the game flow. Honestly, there's nothing about that spider bot that you can convince me is balanced. Not only can you not see that thing half of the time, it has a health pool and does not die easily. I've shot it so many times with how fast it moves too. It obviously doesn't have any aim assist of your own controller. It's a pain in the butt to get rid of. I think that ability is just hilariously broken and it needs to just be removed. There's nothing fun about being stopped by something randomly and then you just basically are giving somebody a free kill. That's just unfair to me. Now, when I make my full review of XDefiant, I will list my things that I do and don't like. I have a full list of them ready to go. But for the time being, just for this little video, because this is just something I felt like making, I genuinely think this game, XDefiant, is a breath of fresh air. I don't feel stressed out by the end of a night after playing this game for hours and hours and hours. Like genuinely, I feel like I just had a good time, honestly. Even if I had some games where I got destroyed by some of the sweatier players in the game, they still weren't as bad as some of the other experiences I've had in other video games. Recently, I dropped a video on this channel called I Got a Nuke in Modern Warfare 3. That video was so much fun to make and record. It just happened by accident, literally. And that's one of the funnest things about dropping nukes in video games. It just happens by accident. But on the other hand, after I dropped that nuke, my next like 6 to 8 games were some of the worst experiences I probably had in a shooter in a long time. In a long time. Every lobby was cracked. It was just literally me and a homie. We were just fighting constant 6 stacks. Our teammates couldn't shoot straight for anything. Like that game where I dropped the nuke was probably the most balanced game I played in a while. It felt like both sides were kind of shooting back and I just had to literally will my way into getting that nuke, which made it feel even better. I feel like I almost died so many times in that video actually. But the aftermath of getting that nuke, it made me not want to get a nuke in the game again. And you shouldn't feel like you don't want to get a nuke in a Call of Duty. If the game puts you in a position where you're like, I don't want to go for the ultimate game ending streak anymore. Like, let's be real here. Is that a good thing? Speaking of which, for some weird reason, they replaced the nuke in MW3 with the DNA bomb that doesn't even end the game. It just gets you 6 kills or whatever. That's a little insane to me. Overall, guys, if you have yet to play XDefiant, I highly recommend it. It's an absolute blast. If you're a controller player, I do have a video on the channel where I briefly give you my controller settings. I don't really go over them in deep detail, but I do have a video where I kind of discuss that. Be sure to take a look at my 10 great tips to help you improve in XDefiant fast video for my controller settings and some additional tips that will help you out with the rest of your XDefiant experience. Genuinely shout out to Ubisoft, Eggs, Mark Rubin, and their teams behind them. Really guys, you made something special here. I can't wait to see the future of this game prosper. All of the content leaks that have already been posted on social media look amazing, and I will be making a video going over all of the XDefiant leaks. But alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it. Hopefully you didn't hear any of that wind in the background because I have my window open because it is hot inside of my office. And if you want to help keep me cool, well, subscribe to this channel because we are almost at 2,100 subscribers and I want to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. But no, seriously, subscribe to the channel. I'm a pretty nice guy. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for gaming content, and as always, this has been Jay the Gamer. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.